Don, it's your show, man.
Hello, people of Connecticut, my fellow nutmeggers. We are here with Jonathan DeBarros, and this is Connecticut Common Sense. I am one of your hosts, Selena Rifkin. I am here with Jason, and we are going to have a good time chatting with Jonathan today, and he's going to update us on his campaign for Flip the Fifth.
That's right.
That's
Good to
right.
see you, John. It's
Good
good
to
to
have
see
him.
you, man.
Good to see you guys as
First of all,
well.
before you get going, I just want to tell you, dude, what you're doing right now, the kind of attention that you've got for Connecticut, first of all, for your campaign nationwide, it's getting played nationwide more and more as time goes on. And what you've done, combining support from the cities and from the countryside has been great. So you're doing it right through the grassroots. So give us an update what's happened lately.
Well, thank you for having me as always, because as you know, it started with you guys. You guys did my first podcast interview, so I'm definitely grateful for that, and I will always return here no matter what, even when I
Awesome.
make it to DC. So,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I've been traveling the country, bringing it, because we're running for United States Congress. A lot of people don't understand that, that's a very important election season. And this seat will have an impact not just on Connecticut, but on the entire nation. And that's why, by law, I'm able to collect money from anywhere around the country because whatever I vote on in Congress is going to have an impact on the entire nation. So that's why I get phone calls, I get donations from all over the country because the country's watching. We need as many seats as we could possibly pick up this midterm, and we have to hold on to the seats that we already have. Last December, me and my wife, we flew out to AmFest for Turning Point USA out in Arizona. It had over 33,000 people. Unfortunately, that's after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and the main reason for the Marxists to assassinate Charlie Kirk was because they wanted to get rid of him before the midterm election because they knew how instrumental he was in the presidential election and helping President Trump win. And he had a lot of influence on these young college kids. But I just want you to know that it backfired. That's why I got "Make America Charlie Kirk" my hat, and I'm
Awesome.
just
Oh,
letting
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I
I'm
just
just
assumed that said "Make America Great Again." I wasn't even
yeah.
reading that.
Hey man, I'm just letting you know that whatever they thought they did, they didn't do
No, it
because
backfired.
yeah, it backfired. All those kids are fired up. Like I said, it was 33,000 people, blacks, Hispanics, whites, any type of background you could think of was out at AmFest, and everybody was fired up. And the way they had it set up, they had workshops. Like it wasn't just you go there. There was a
We were
contest.
learning stuff.
They was
Nice.
Yeah.
learning. Yeah, they was learning stuff. They actually had
Actual civic
like
stuff, real
how to
stuff.
identify Antifa, how to fight against Antifa, like how
Wow.
to how to
Nice.
organize your communities. And yeah, man, they had a
That's
lot of
great.
workshops. Yeah,
Nice.
a lot of breakout sessions for different workshops. So
Find out who's funding these people too. That's the main thing. I hope there's more. I wonder if that has something to do with what happened with Pam Bondi today. We got to get to the bottom of who's funding these fake protest groups, man.
hey, man, whoever it is, I mean, we got to start funding our movements because it doesn't take much to actually fight them. Look what I've been doing with nothing. Like I haven't raised. George Logan raised $3 million the last election cycle against Johanna Hayes and did absolutely no. He didn't do shit. Like I mean, he played the guitar. He stayed in Litchfield County. He didn't do no urban outreach. I've been to almost every fair in the rural areas of my district.
You mean
Last
my ukulele won't get me into Congress?
I don't know, man. Listen, I've last about I don't know about 2 months ago, me and my wife we flew back from the new Trump Kennedy Center.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
It used to be the Kennedy Center. Now it's the Trump Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
They had a gala for
That's Trump.
yeah. They had a gala. They had a gala for in honor of Alice Marie Johnson.
Hmm.
It wasn't just her, but it was she was like the keynote speaker. Alice Marie Johnson. She spent 23 years in prison for a nonviolent drug charge, and she
Hmm.
had a life sentence. And she petitioned Obama's president's his administration 2 times for relief. and he refused. He left her in there, and President Trump graciously gave her a full and absolute pardon. And they had and plus he put her in his administration as his pardons are. So I was down there with her. I met her and her staff and other people who were impacted because she got them out, like Michael Harris. He's the founder of Death Row Records.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. He actually put the money up to start that record label back in the 1980s, but he went to jail for a nonviolent drug charge, and he had a life sentence. And that's when Suge Knight took over the record label while he was in prison and left him in there. He cut his business partner out, left him in prison. Oh. He did 38 years in prison. And President Obama was petitioned twice for his pardon as well, because his mother was on her deathbed, and unfortunately, Barack Obama left him in prison while his mother died. And President Trump, who was supposed to be the racist president, he got Harry O out of prison, and Harry O is actively working on the West Coast with his nonprofit to try to stop these young kids from going down the wrong path that he went down. And they're interested in helping me with my campaign as well. So
it's too bad we didn't have a more honest national media or state and national media, that could tell people what's really going on, the good things like this that are going on.
Yeah, man, it's great things are going on. I was in a room with a lot of Black Americans, and the only reason why I stress this is because the liberal media, mainstream media, they like to promote that Republicans are racist and President Trump is racist, and it's the opposite, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not going to say you don't have certain Republicans that have racial tendencies or prejudices, but that's almost in every culture. Every culture you're going to have. I know a lot of Black people.
Both sides have their extremes, you know what I mean? They have their extreme people that are way off of the hinge, you know what I mean? Every movement has that in it, so.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, man, I just been campaigning, going to the Republican town committees right now. I'm getting ready for this Republican convention, which is in May, and I'm actually getting a lot of positive.
Soon too.
Yeah, I've been getting blocked at some RTCs, like Cheshire's blocking me because we got some haters over there, and plus the guy that the establishment is running is he lives in Cheshire. Oh. So they're stacking they're stacking the delegates against.
Well, maybe Common Sense News and Entertainment should ask some questions. Why in the world would you exclude someone from who has, no matter what, that has that kind of momentum going with the people? Aren't we supposed to be answering to the people?
You would think so, but
yeah. Well,
listen,
that's the kind of stuff we're not going to put up with.
Yeah, their selection process should be based upon the voters, right? The delegates are supposed to go. Yeah, that's how it should be. Like when you're going to the convention to represent your town, right? You should get a vote from your town on who they want you to represent at the convention. That's how it should be. But unfortunately, you got Chairman Ben Proto, who's the head of State Central, and then you got the State Central members underneath him, and then you got the local Republican chairmen. Some of them got a backbone, some of them don't. One thing I will say going through this process is that I do have a lot of support. I do have a lot of support on State Central and in the RTCs. And they don't care. They don't care what Ben Proto say. Now, but there is people who are following they towing the line. But I expected that. I actually didn't think that I was gonna get to the point where I may not even need signatures. I was already prepared to get signatures.
Let me ask you a question. Did some of them tell you, some of the committee members, you don't have to say who, but some of them say to you, look, I support you, but they tell you point blank, I support you, but I gotta toe the line with what they say. Someone tell you straight, because that's what they told me when I ran against Ben. A lot of them told me.
They did. They haven't told me that. But one thing I'm waiting on is the convention, because somebody could tell me they're going to support me and then turn.
Yeah, until you get the actual vote.
That's what I worry about. We
don't really know what's happening.
So when I get that, then, but I think that
What kind of time do you have to get to the, if the convention somehow goes wrong? How much time do you have after that to get the signatures?
I think you got like 2 weeks.
2 months, maybe.
No, I think you got like
August.
2 weeks. I think you got like 2 weeks.
That's it, huh?
2 or 3 weeks.
Be ready on that front.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Just in case.
And you can't get the signatures early. Like you got to get an actual form from the Secretary of State.
You get the 2 weeks. That's it. It's not like you can do it in 6 weeks. Right.
But if I get enough people to come into the district, we could get it done. I think it's only like 2%.
But the kind of grassroots, there's two ways to do it. Am I wrong? There's one way to do it through citizen signatures, and there's another way to do it through delegate or through RTC members or whatever, right?
Yeah, but you need registered Republicans.
Yeah.
In the district, and I got the master.
It'll be a lot of work, but there's no problem because you got plenty of support for that. It's just the time frame that's the problem.
I got the master sheet for the entire district of all the registered Republicans in my district.
It comes down to that. You let me know. We'll be diving in there, man. All we gotta do is break up teams. We'll break up teams, and then we'll give the list of the different towns, the addresses, and we'll just go out and get the signatures. We could get it done, but surprisingly, I'm like almost certain I may not have to. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Listen, the people I've been talking to, they like everything I'm doing. Trust me, they like everything I'm doing.
And the next thing is to get Ben Pro out as chairman for the long haul. I mean, this guy,
that's gonna happen.
It's got to happen.
That's 2027, folks.
2027. That's the big day for that.
They know it. I mean, and to be honest with you,
oops. Jonathan, you cut out for a second.
Cut out for a second there, yeah.
Here, you got me.
I got you now.
Now we can hear you.
I think they're a little bit concerned, like as far as do you know how stupid they would look if they try to rig the delegates to lock me out of the primary?
Yeah, with
the whole country watching,
with all the momentum, right. Yeah.
I just got off the phone with somebody from Virginia that's in charge of the veterans groups. He found me online.
Nice.
Right? Just called my phone yesterday. I just got $250 from somebody in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
I called his phone, thanking him. I got the Gateway pundit. It got me all over the country.
Right.
I spoke to Steve Bannon from the War Room. Like I've been all over the place. Like I just
Fox
came
News
back.
Called you yet? Fox? Have you been on Fox at all?
Nah, Fox News. I mean,
what a bunch of
Dick Morris right now. Dick Morris, he wants to talk to me. So he was in Latin America. He said he's coming back, and I should be talking to him. I think he's working with Newsmax now.
Yeah. We saw Higbee that he works with News. How come Fox hasn't even called you? That's ridiculous. You're a story nationwide, man. They're fools.
Listen, man, it is what it is. All I can say is I'm an underdog. I don't mind it. I don't want to be part of the establishment. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be. No, it's not you want to be part of the establishment, but getting the word, being interviewed on, by say Gutfeld or something like that, or not Gutfeld, but
Gutfeld would be great.
Being interviewed on Fox in primetime would be the massive exposure. Like, forget about, you know what I mean?
Hey, listen, they already gave Christopher Shea, the guy that they're running against me. He was on Carl Higbee. They opened up the door to record, but it's not going to help him. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, bro, you're a Naval SEAL. I respect your service record, but you're not built for what I'm doing right now. Like you're not even. He doesn't have no charisma. Like I don't care what district you put him in. You could put him in District 2, which would have been a better look, even though we got Georgia over there, but it would have been a better look him against Joe Courtney. And he got the naval base and all that stuff out there. Like, it would have made sense for that.
Yeah, right.
But they went out of their way to find this person, got him an apartment. He don't even got his kitchen done. Like, his wife told me that the people from the state came to them and spoke to them for 4 hours to tell them to come run, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is something that
wow.
But I knew this anyway.
Yeah.
I always said that
we're
going to find somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know?
Now
they're talking about another guy now.
That in itself should be the fact that they're even putting anybody up against you at all should be embarrassing for them on the national level. the fact that with all the momentum.
Listen, and for them to lock me out of the primary,
Yeah.
it'll be the end. This will be their last election. Like
Yeah.
this would be nobody would get the money again
Right.
because I'm not gonna shut up, right? So I think they don't know what to do. So I just know that
They should just support you or at least let you do your thing.
All right, so we was at the Pine Loft the other day, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, remember we was at the Pine Loft?
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
And I spoke at the Pine Loft. Now, mind you, sometimes I'll repeat, something that you may have heard or known already, but that's because we got new people there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, you have to.
Yeah, so I have to. So now, and I'm gonna say this. I don't, me. I gotta say what I gotta say. So
yeah.
We had some people there that was part of the independent party, and I'm not a fan of the independent party, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
because they're not very independent.
Yeah, it's not independent at all. So I exposed what happened last April of 2025 because I filed with my I filed my candidacy to run with the FEC last March,
mm-hmm.
and I made my public announcement in April, and a retired Marine that had affiliation with the independent party, he was a representative of theirs, wanted to sit down to meet with me to discuss a possible cross endorsement. But I made sure I brought 2 witnesses with me at this meeting because I didn't feel comfortable taking the meeting by myself because it was a red flag for me because I just filed with the FEC the month, like 3 weeks prior. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden they want to have a discussion about a cross endorsement without knowing anything about me. Right. Because I never released my policies because at that time I didn't have a website, I didn't have a business card. I just filed my paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately they were talking about how we could possibly get you a campaign we could get you a campaign contribution from Eversource for $100,000. And I'm like, why would Eversource want to give me $5, never mind $100,000, right? So, when that statement was made, I said to him, I said, "Yo, cut the bullshit." I was like, "Who sent you? What do you want?" And he started laughing, because he wasn't used to that response.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Well, the chairman of my party doesn't like President Trump, and we're thinking about giving you a cross endorsement." He said, "You can mention Trump's policy, you just can't say his name."
Oh no way!
And then he says, let's just say Johanna Hayes received money from Eversource, and she stopped answering her phone for certain people, and now they're thinking about donating to your campaign.
Hmm.
That's what the gentleman said. So that's when I said, well, you tell whoever told you to come talk to me that they offered me $50 million and I'm not going to take the money because I'm not going to denounce President Trump.
Right.
And I don't want no money from Eversource.
Right.
So that conversation was over.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the gentleman actually came to one of my events. He paid $75 to come to my event, and he brought a woman with him. And while he was at my event, this was at my campaign launch at the Courtyard Marriott, I brought it up.
Oh.
I talked about it. Like, I don't care you're here. And he got up and walked into the hallway, and somebody said he was on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
I don't know who he called. Now, this was last year.
They're used to people salivating over $100,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, mind you, I've been on numerous podcast interviews talking about this, Lock and Load podcast from Prison to Politics. I've talked about this numerous times, but the one time I speak about this at the Pine Loft, we have members of the Independent Party and one of your former colleagues, Amy Chai, was there.
Oh, no kidding.
And Gwen Samuels. All of a sudden, Chip Beckett gets a butthurt, who's the chairman of the Independent Party, and he contacts the CT examiner, and then they called my phone, wanted an interview, And the reason why I knew it was her, because I knew she ran on as an independent on the independent line before, and I believe she has the cross endorsement. So, and Gwen Samuels, who was there, she's a member of the independent party. Like that's what she does. She goes around. So, because they're trying to get their line, I think they lost their ballot access.
Okay.
They're trying to find candidates to support to regain their ballot access.
Got it.
You know, so but the thing is, they want to control you, right? So I'm like, yo, that's not gonna work with me. So all of a sudden, you know, Amy Chai's on my Facebook page today defending Chip Beckett and defending the independent party. And I told her, I said, listen, Amy, you should be more focused on your congressional run as a Republican in the first district rather than you defending Chip Beckett.
Yeah.
Who said after this came out again, Chip Beckett doubled down and said, yes. He's denying the fact that he sent anybody to me. But he's saying, but he says, I will not deny that I don't like President Trump. He said, I actually hate him. That's what he said.
TDS case.
He hates Trump. Why would I want an endorsement from someone that hates the president of the United States, and not only the president of the United States, the president of the party that I'm affiliated with?
Yeah.
A man that's not taking a salary for serving this country and has survived 2 assassination attempts that we know of. Right. So I'm like, bro, but yet, this same Chip Beckett endorsed Tony Wong from Fairfield, a fake Republican that only votes 17% of the time conservative, that voted for SB 7, which is a transgender bill, which supported Safe Harbor, which is an NGO that sponsors transgender children from being trafficked across state lines so they could get gender affirming surgeries. Underage kids. And it gave in the SB 7 bill, it gave the doctors who perform these mutilation surgeries blanket immunity so they can't be sued. A Republican voted for that with the Democrats. That was Tony Wong. So when I exposed Tony Wong as being a RINO, the chairman of the Southbury Republican Town Committee went out of his way to send members of my team, of my campaign, an email saying that Jonathan DeBarros will not be considered for an endorsement from the Southbury RTC because of his disrespect to Tony Wong.
Southbury and Cheshire then, huh?
Yeah, so I said, and Simsbury too is blocking me. So I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that you're more offended with me calling Tony Wong a RINO, which is an acronym for Republican in name only. You're more concerned with me calling this man a RINO rather than his voting record. He voted for the slush fund, the $500 million slush fund that we just gave King Ned Lamont. There was 3 Republicans that voted in favor of that. You had Joe Perrello, Senator Joe Perrello from Stratford or whatever, he's somewhere down that area. He voted for it. Heather Summers out of Groton, she voted for it. And so did Tony Wong. These are 3 Republicans. You know how sick my stomach gets every time I see Steve Harden speaking on the TV, talking crap about Ned Lamont and the slush fund. And then you got Heather Summers standing behind him. She voted for it. I'm like, hold up. I would have turned around like, bitch, don't, excuse my language. But I'd have been like, yo, don't stand behind me.
Yeah.
Like, matter of fact, go stand over there with Ned Lamont.
Right.
Because if you got the audacity to be a Republican and you voted in favor of giving Ned Lamont a $500 million slush fund when that money could have been returned to the taxpayers, right, to eliminate some of the strain that's on our seniors and our veterans, that lady is crazy. So when I call them out, they say, "Oh, Jonathan DeBarros, he's bashing Republicans." I'm like, listen, I'm going to expose. I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, my cousin, my mother, my uncle.
It's about what's right.
You gotta call it out. You know what I'm saying? Because best believe, if I do something wrong, my wife calls me all the time.
Right, no kidding, yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah. My wife calls me all the time. John, why you say that? Why you cut? Sometimes I go overboard. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I go from 0 to 100. You know, I get passionate, and sometimes I don't say the right thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I will not do is lie. I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
So
there you go. That's what we need in Congress. That's what we need in this government. Real people.
Yeah. Yeah. The uniparty is looking pretty ugly right now.
I'm so worried about the government of the state of Connecticut has gone so completely rogue in terms of the respect for the Constitution.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing, and that's why I call myself the big picture. Like, I worry that I'm worried about rigged elections this fall, and I'm worried about what they're going to do if they gain power back. And then I worry about the philosophy that at the end of the day, John, this is a dog-eat-dog world, and I feel like we're getting eaten. And I try not to be pessimistic, but don't we have to do a little eating back? I mean, we have to do some eating. And if we don't solve this in the ballot box now, then we're going to end up with another civil war.
Listen, I'm telling you right now,
These people are not negotiating in good faith. I mean,
I'm not backing down. That's why I said we got to start training our poll watchers. Get an army of poll watchers.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in swing districts like mine, because that's where the cheating is going to happen. You're not going to have a lot of cheating in District 3 with a D+8. And then you got a person that's running. He's not going to go into the cities. He's waiting for Aaron Stewart or somebody else to get on the ticket. And when they go in the cities, now you want to make a magical appearance. And everybody's going to be like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
So, listen, bro, I'm just telling you, I'm tired of the games. I'm calling everybody out because this has to be done. Because people are BSing people for money. Look at Amy Chai. Look up Amy Chai's FEC reports. She hasn't even raised $1,000.
Amy Chai's not doing much with her campaign. She's not running a real campaign.
But think about this though. This woman has more money than me and my wife combined, right?
Yeah.
She's loaded. Between her and her husband, loaded. She could fund her own campaign.
Because she's there to lose.
George Austin, if you look at his FEC reports, he loaned himself $35,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
He bankrolled his own campaign. This woman is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
She's loaded. Between her and her husband.
Yeah, they're loaded, yeah. The doctors, Yale University doctors, yeah.
And you mean to tell me you got less than $1,000 in your FEC? I raised over $20,000. So how are you not raising even $1,000 for your campaign, and you got a tougher district than mine?
Because she's there to lose.
No, and she's there to spy, and that's why when she did what she just did, she just exposed herself. Mm-hmm. So now I'm gonna keep exposing her. So now you set yourself up, Amy Chai. You expose yourself. Now I know you're a plant, and there's other plants too. Don't believe Betsy. Betsy got Anastasia Yop as a campaign manager. Red flag. Betsy's done. So I'm just telling you, these three governors, it's so bad.
Do you think that Betsy's got her heart in the right place? She's just made a bad choice, or do you think she's just another prop?
She's a professional.
Yeah.
She's a professional. She's more smarter. She's more intelligent than Aaron Stewart, Fazio, me, and you combined. Yeah. That lady's been doing this shit forever. Come on. She was the lieutenant governor of New York.
She was, yeah.
And she was a Democrat, Republican, Independent. She was all three, just like Trump. So some people say, okay, Betsy, she was a Republican and she switched over. They do that in New York. Yeah. They do that in New York. They switch up. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to get in a position. Just like in Connecticut. They do the same, they do it. But I never felt as though that she was really there to win. Because if she really was serious about being the governor, she would have started a year ago like everybody else.
Yeah. True. True.
I think
Aaron was the first one to put her hat in the ring. You know what I mean?
But Aaron didn't make her announce. But Aaron had to wait till after her the governor thing. But to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I don't care who's on the ticket. Whoever's on the ticket, I could still win no matter what because I got to carry the 5th district. Mm-hmm. The only people that could sabotage my campaign is other Republicans, mm-hmm. myself.
Ben Proro's working on it.
They're working on it.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. Like I don't want to bash whoever's running for governor too much because I don't know who's going to be on the ticket with me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Oh, of course. Yeah.
But if they backstab me, if they backstab me at the convention, it's all hell. Trust me, I'm telling you.
All hell break loose. Yeah.
I'm a scorched. It's going to be the last election for Republicans in this unless we purge the whole party.
Yeah.
Not to purge the whole damn party.
The whole damn party, right?
Yo, and all the state reps. I hope somebody sees this. All you state representatives that's backing Chris Shea, I know I know your voting record.
Yeah. I
just haven't put it out there yet. I'm just asking you to leave me alone. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. And the only reason why I'm not gonna put you on blast is because if I'm on the ticket and your name is on the ticket with me, I'm not gonna hurt my ticket. Mm-hmm. Because I gotta win because I'm gonna do my job in Washington, D.C. Yep. But if you play with me in the convention, I guarantee you just enjoy these 2 years that you're gonna have if you win. If you win. Mm-hmm. You might not win. And people can call me whatever they want. They can say, oh, he's hurting the party. You know, he's working with the Democrats. No, I'm going after the uniparty. If it's a uniparty,
you're running a real campaign.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you got to blame yourself because I warned you last year what I was going to do. I told you, if you run a RINO against me, I said this numerous times. Mm-hmm. I said, if you try to split the vote. Here. Yeah. So, listen, they're trying me. You know they got another guy, right? Another veteran from Southbury. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so you got 3 other candidates on top of me.
Yeah, they're pulling out all the stops against you now because they know you'd win otherwise.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna win anyway.
Our own party, it's crazy.
I'm gonna win. I swear. I don't think they're that stupid.
No, I think you're gonna win it too. I really do.
I get on that ballot, it's over. I'm gonna smoke them.
You gotta get on that ballot. That's really the theme of the whole show today, John. It's not about getting the votes of the people. It's about getting on that damn ballot.
Ballot access.
Ballot access.
You know what they're gonna do though?
Making on the democracy be democracy.
Yo, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna unite with the Dems for real and try to rig the ballots. They're gonna have one of the ballot stuff for stuff in freaking Republican primary ballots.
Oh no, they'll go all the stops. You're right.
Yo, you have here's a question. So they have determined, the Supreme Court determined that anyone a candidate who, loses an election is, has standing to challenge. Do you plan to challenge if you lose?
Yeah, I'm challenging everything.
Good.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, they split the delegates and don't let me get my 15% to get on that ballot. We can only get the signatures to get on the ballot.
Right.
I'm not backing down for nobody. Listen, we're gonna fight all the way to the end.
And then you got to, and then when you do get on the ballot, you got to work on they don't rig the actual general election too. So it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, because they could definitely rig the primaries because they just did that in Texas, and there's tons of evidence. There was election. There were names on the in the election record. There were like 92 names who had multiple votes. Yeah. There were votes that disappeared off the record completely, and that's never supposed to happen. I mean, there was so much, and this was a primary. So
you're talking about Wesley Hunt, the Senate seat?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah.
Yep.
Because Trump endorsed Wesley Hunt, and he lost the primary, and they probably break the primary. But then again, it's easy. You know why it's so easy to break primaries in Texas? Because they got open primaries.
Yeah, so that's a problem too.
Democrats could vote in the primary.
I think the governorships of Virginia and New Jersey were also rigged last year too.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
Yep. So it's a lot of that's got to keep up the fight, man. It's going great, and now I have Cheshire and Southbury and Simsbury written down on my little list. Once I have my
Oh yeah,
once we have my journalist trained, hopefully we can do it. The one thing that in time for November. That's the thing, getting this thing running. But
Oh, let me tell you about Waterbury. Let me tell you about.
Oh, please
yeah,
tell
tell
us
us about
about
Waterbury.
Waterbury.
I want to
Yeah.
know.
Oh, man. All right. So now I'm born and raised in Waterbury. My family's been in that city since 1916.
Wow.
1916.
Oh.
My grandfather came from the Cape Verde Islands in West Africa, which was a Portuguese colony. He came here to work in the factories. My grandparents on my mom's side came to Waterbury in 1946 from Jacksonville, North Carolina. So I'm just telling you how big both sides of my family's been in that city forever, right? So now I got a lot of support. I got about 98% of the RTC backing me. Dawn Mariano, who was the former chair, she just recently stepped down. She went to school with Christopher Shea, and she has a job working on his committee. And she had all that lined up. And I volunteered. Now, listen, before Shea came out of the closet, magically appeared, I was campaigning for Dawn, helping Dawn with her the Waterbury RTC in the local municipal elections. I'm talking about driving people to the polls, getting people registered to vote. I'm door knocking all hours of the night. I'm doing everything I can to help her and her candidates to be successful. And then the whole time she's smiling in my face, knowing full well that they're gonna stab me in the back. So what happened was she went around almost the majority of her whole committee to find delegates who she knew would vote in alignment with her to go against me. To the point where we have at least, I believe, 2 delegates, or at least one I know of for a fact, that doesn't even live in Connecticut. They live in Florida. Jeff Santa Petro, he's flying up here. He uses his brother's address. And he votes. Mayor Santa Petro of Waterbury, who went to prison years ago, that's his brother. Okay. And the RTC had questioned, like, why is this guy still here? She says, well, he donates a lot of money to our committee. So I'm like, oh, so he
great. That's an awesome reason.
So he owns,
all about the money, people.
Yeah, so he owns the committee. And then I find out that the chairman of, now I'm not saying this is true. This is something that somebody needs to investigate. The chairman of the Waterbury Democrat Committee lives in Florida as well. And they run the city from Florida. Now the Democrats and Republicans, they work together. It's just they got an internal beef right now with the Santa Petros and the O'Learys. Mayor O'Leary and his crew, they run the city right now. Paul Penarowski, who is, I think he's Polish, he's just a front man for O'Leary. O'Leary's still running the city. O'Leary used to be a sergeant, police chief, the mayor. He got a lot of muscle in the streets. He's dirty as you could think of. Put you in the wood, like they'll put you in the wood, like that mob, the movies back in the day. Yeah,
right.
That's O'Leary.
Right.
O'Leary's bad news, man. They
down,
got tell you how bad he is. Holy Land and Waterbury, that's not owned by the city. O'Leary owns Holy Land.
Okay.
The new Amazon center that they got building, multi-million-dollar facility.
Yeah.
O'Leary magically bought the land to that, and I guess the road and all that shit, they gotta rent that. Amazon has to pay them.
They gotta lease it. Yeah.
You gotta lease it. Yeah. So this is how he sets everything up for himself, right?
Right.
He retired because he got so much going on. He had to put a buffer in between himself. So he got Paul Penarowski to run for mayor, and he's hiding behind Paul Penarowski. Meanwhile, he's a consultant for Eversource, and he's also a consultant for, I think it's Cigna Healthcare, one of the whatever medical provider that the city employees have. He's the consultant for them.
Oh wow!
To make sure that nothing changes. You know? So this is so much dirt, and then the company that's providing the steel, Pisani Steel, out of Middlebury, I think he's out of Middlebury. He's providing the materials for the Amazon warehouse center. Like these are all mobsters.
Yeah.
Back in the days, you know, you got the Irish Italian mob. They've been running that city forever.
Forever.
89% of the city of Waterbury is black and Hispanic, but yet
Italian mob runs it.
you got the Irish and Italians, they still run the city.
They run the city, yeah.
See, they get enough black and Hispanics that, like Belinda Weaver, black woman, she's on the board of aldermen.
Yeah.
She's involved in that. Johanna Hayes, she's involved in that. They all doing dirt. That's why Johanna Hayes' church, I found out, Grace Baptist Church, they got a federal earmark from Christopher Murphy and Dick Blumenthal for $810,000 to renovate their church into a daycare center. And I'm like,
all right, I got 2 new political terms for you.
Yeah.
Liso and Viso. Latino and skin only, and black and skin only for Hayes and for these people. Lisos and Visos.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what's going. It's a lot of corruption going on, and that's why you got to look at it like this. She goes to Washington. She gets the federal funding to the district.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the money that she sends throughout the district goes to like Avon, Simsbury, and then Waterbury gets a small, amount.
Mm-hmm.
But most of her donations come from Avon.
Mm-hmm. Simsbury, yeah.
Like, why is more money going to these small ass towns with small communities?
Mm-hmm.
But the towns that need the money the most, they get the least amount.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
A racket.
It's a racket. But yeah, her church, put it like this. For the city of Waterbury, I think the last time she brought back money was like $174,000. But her church got over $1 million in COVID money.
Wow.
This is not no conspiracy theory in my head. All you got to do is Google.
It's all there. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what to Google.
Gotta look.
Grace Baptist Church, City of Waterbury, federal grants.
Yeah.
Grace Baptist Church, City of Waterbury, federal grants. Look that up.
Out of control.
And then look this up too while you at it. Who owns Eversource?
Yeah.
Look up who owns Eversource Energy. It's gonna show. It's a public traded corporation.
Yeah.
The largest shareholders are BlackRock and Vanguard.
No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what that tell you? The same companies that allegedly tried to kill Trump because he was interfering with the war in Ukraine, because the whole plan was they was going to carpet bomb Ukraine, right?
Yeah, right.
With the war with Russia, and guess who had the contracts to rebuild Ukraine?
Oh, BlackRock.
BlackRock.
Exactly.
Wow.
So Trump interfering with the money. That's why Charlie ain't here no more, and that's why Trump, who knows what the hell. Now when Trump realized he couldn't trust nobody, look what happened.
Yeah.
Get rid of Pam Bondi, Cash Patel. Nobody's getting arrested. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
They got that.
The only one's been arrested is James Comey, and they've been sweeping that under the rug.
Listen, somebody got that visit in the middle of the night with the people that really run America.
Yeah.
And I bet you in their bedside, they got that. They came in the middle of the night with the night vision goggles and scared their ass up and told them, "You don't run this country, Mr. President."
Yeah.
Now, am I knocking President Trump? No, I'm not knocking President Trump, because I understand that he's still doing what he can for us.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to stand up. Because look at me, right? If I was by myself in Connecticut and I kept screaming at the top of my lungs, "Yo, Amy Chai, this person over here, they're full of shit," and you guys keep giving them your money and you keep going, you keep thinking that they're going to win, but meanwhile, they're not even in the district. Right. They're not even trying to win. And I'm like, bro, these people are playing games with our lives. This is a serious matter, and the Republicans are just as bad as the Democrats.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of times worse, because they're chameleons.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. I mean,
Well, that's what I get back to the point I get to. It's a dog eat dog world, and we're gonna have to stand up for what's right. And in the big picture, the United States is in the whole history of the world, from the beginning of time, of civilization, the United States is the only truly powerful nation to ever develop that embraces a middle class, that embraces capitalism, and embraces the people first. And we are a target because of that. And now we're being infiltrated from the inside, and it's all over the place. And the only way to do it is for people like you and regular people, like John. You and I are both regular citizens 20 years ago, right? We got to stand up, and it's Trump can't do it by himself. He needs all the people to stand up together because there are more of us than there are of them that want the right thing done, and just more people need to get involved. But at the very least, getting out and vote to start with, to make it too big to rig, and beyond that, just get involved.
and we need poll watchers.
And we need poll watchers.
We need an army of poll watchers. And yo, those nosy busybodies, people that just can't mind their fucking business, we need them to be at the polls. Like for real. Like when we need the Karens and the people
that all the Karens and the Darrens to go to the polls.
No, peeking through the blinds, trying to see. We need you now. This is what we need you for. We need you for that. Like
I agree.
Poll watchers.
The easy way to do that: sign up to sit at the polls. That's the easiest legal way to do it, because Connecticut does not have official poll watchers. There is no such thing. They won't let you on the property.
Right.
But sign up, volunteer to sit at the polls for the day. Then you get to watch everything, and you get to learn what all the rules are, so you know when they're getting broken.
That's right.
Exactly. And even Democrats, if you guys, you Democrats who are in denial that elections are being stolen, I challenge you to become a sign up to volunteer at the polls.
Yeah.
And I want you to watch. And if you see something that's not right, and you don't say anything, you're helping. You're actually helping to rig an election.
You're part of the corrupt. Yeah. You're part of the corruption. Yep.
All right.
Well, I think that this has been very educational, and we need to the delegates, man. We need to put pressure on certain RTCs. So if you live in Southbury, or if you live in Cheshire, or if you live in Simsbury, or one of those towns,
and you're a Republican,
then it's time to make your voice heard.
Yeah, and I want to say this.
RTCs.
Listen, this is going to be Connecticut Republicans' last election. I'm just promising you this.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to pull the mask off this whole uniparty bullshit, and I'm going to show you that there's no two parties here in Connecticut. It's one party, and that's my goal. My goal, if you guys think you're going to keep me from beating Johanna Hayes in November and rigging this vote at the convention, I'm gonna pull the mask off you, all of you.
Yeah.
The whole list. And I'm gonna go hard from now all the way to November. And I guarantee you'll never win another election. Trust me. Yep. Because everybody's gonna know that you guys are scamming them.
Yep.
It's starting with Heather Summers. I'm tired of people talking about the slush fund, and they got Heather Summers in the freaking camera standing behind them. Like she voted for it.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, yo, get the fuck. I would have told her, yo, don't stand behind me when I'm talking about this shit. Like, go over there. And she just standing there like, I'm like, yo, you voted for this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how these people look at themselves in the mirror. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know how people sleep at night sometimes.
That's nuts.
Hey, John, isn't there a connection between the mental health crisis and that we have in America now and what's going on in politics too? Aren't there just too many whack jobs out there, like TDS patients?
We're all being gaslit.
Really, it might.
We're all being gaslit. So
we're all, they're just drinking the Kool-Aid and just like this business that, I mean, we have one of the most honest and truthful and matter-of-fact presidents. And I love the way he says things, the way we talk about him at the dinner table. Like, yeah, we sunk all the naval ships to the bottom of the ocean and ride all the Iranian ships to the bottom, man.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Everybody knows my backstory. I don't hide it. I did 19 years in prison in some of the most violent, corrupt environments in the state, right? with the most craziest people you can even imagine. And I'm telling you, these politicians is way worse than them.
Right there with them. What makes them worse is they're wearing suits and ties.
These politicians will smile in your face.
Yeah.
And they'll freaking, if they could kill you and get away with it, they'll do it.
Blumenthal, hello. Murphy, hello.
And these, not only that, our local
locals are not that much. I get that, yeah.
Yeah, our locals are a lot of times worse. Some of our locals are even worse. Yeah.
You think they're not in on that zoning bill, that new zoning bill, where they could just build? I bet you keep investigating, you're gonna find a lot of Republicans that's gonna benefit from this new zoning bill with the local housing.
Oh.
They're probably buying land, selling land to the developers. Watch. You're gonna find out. You're gonna be like, holy shit. Watch.
Yeah, I know. It's they do it through they shield themselves through company after company after company too. I've done these kind of investigations before, and they're frustrating. When you're trying to identify the owner of a certain organization or a certain it's you buy a house, right? At 36 Main Street, and you name your company 36 Main Street LLC.
Right.
Well, that's what Chris Murphy did.
Yeah.
Hartford.
That's what they do.
Hartford.
That's everywhere. That is everywhere. Yeah. Bridgeport is everywhere. Half the houses in Bridgeport are owned by a company that's basically named after the address.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All I can say, I'm giving you one more warning. We're not at May yet. We're not in the convention. Leave me alone in the 5th district. Every state rep, every state senator, I got your voting record. I'm going to go full scorch the earth. I'm going to expose all your records all the way to November. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. How about that?
And by the way, concerned good citizens of Connecticut, go to the convention. Everybody should show up at that thing.
I'm going to
get enough publicity. Well, anyway, anything else you want to add? Or are we good? Or is there more?
No, just go to my website. Those of you that don't know, my website is
donate.
Yeah, donate. DeBarrosforcongress.org. That's D as in David, E as in Edward, B as in boy, ARROSFOR Congress.org is my website. I got contribution links. I got WinRed. I got Anodot. And you can reach me anytime. You go on my website. My cell phone number is on there. So is my email address. And I do meet and greets wherever you want me to be. And listen, we're going to get this done.
April 8th is going to be all the candidates for governor are going to be at the in Coventry. I know on the 8th. I'm going to plan on being at that one. So, and we're going to check out some of these RTCs, man. We'll see if we can put a little pressure on these people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to speak with you guys.
As always, it's all great to have you here. We'll have you back again, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right. Jason, why don't you take us out?
All right. Well, listen, it's been a great show this afternoon. We're going to have John back. We're going to have many more good things coming. Common Sense News Entertainment is here to stay. We're still a little bit rough around the edges right now, but we are on our way to great things and great information, real information and real news for the people of Connecticut. So John DeBarros, it's been great to have you. Keep up the good work. I know you're not going to stop, so I don't have to tell you to keep it up. That's the one thing you don't need to hear, right? Keep up the good work. We're going to have you back here soon. And for Common Sense News Entertainment, God bless Connecticut and God bless America. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
God bless.